Hello, welcome to Bi-Weekly Developers Sync for the Autonomous Network. We are experimenting with a new format. I don't know that we would have anybody watching the stream live right now, but hopefully in the future, the live streaming format will mean we have some live participants outside of the company participating and asking questions and such. This is experimental, so we're learning as we go here. All right, so that's enough on the format. Big news since last time, we are fully launched with the phase one. So rewards have been enabled. People are farming. Tokens are being earned. The space pledge has grown. I won't take any of that thunder from Jim. Why don't we just go ahead and move into ecosystem updates, Jim, and let you give the details.
Yeah, thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, so not only is mainnet enabled, but today we blasted through 400 petabytes, which is amazing. And I've got to shout out our continued thanks to the network and our farmers. And I want to record as well that we have 2,250 nodes online. At least we did earlier when I checked. And also, of course, this is testament to the amazing engineers. We can see everyone on the call at once today, and in the rest of our team for producing the engine that allowed us to reach this point. So yeah, really, everyone deserves a massive round of applause for getting us to this point. From the community team, we are planning farmer office hours this week. We're going to actually have an extended Q&A. So we're going to be hopefully we're going to be targeting the influx of new farmers we're seeing asking questions in Discord. So please do come. It'll be on our usual slot on Wednesday. And farmer office hours, if you're not familiar, it's where we're able to provide support in real time. So we love seeing a start command. So please do join us. And again, not to steal anyone else's thunder, but we're looking forward to Nova, our EVM domain, being deployed on Taurus. I think we're going to be talking on that. Yeah, I can see it in the slide there on the agenda. But I want to make sure that everyone's aware. Please do reach out to the community team if you have questions or need help getting started with EVM programming or deployment on Nova. We have a great section in the docs that Emil works on, but we are there, and there's dedicated channels as well. If you connect your GitHub account, you can jump into the developer chat where you can get community support, and we're always cruising there anyway. So yeah, please do reach out. Another hot topic, or the first hot topic maybe, is so we've seen that there are people who are struggling to reach the foundation RPC endpoint in China. We have been alerted to that situation. There's a thread in the farmer chat channel. What you can do to help us help you is try and isolate the exact conditions that are preventing access. So I want to thank those who have already. And I have actually collated some information and passed it to DevOps today to see if there's something we can do. There are some alternate endpoints. If you search for RPC-0 in the farmer chat, you'll find the alternate RPC endpoints. We're keen to hear which ones work and which ones don't. So yeah, appeal for feedback there, please. In the chat, there's plenty of chat. I was quite interested in catching up this morning because I saw back-to-back questions around tuning GPUs for idle power efficiency, and then the very next thing that I read about was how to keep my GPU fed with work. So both ends of the spectrum. There was a great forum post on the latter raised by Cobra. I think even name-checked Vexa as being kind of the standard to which our forum post information should aspire to. But yeah, no real big issues stopping people farming. But we did get another comment over the weekend actually about updates from the team. So I want to remind everyone about our socials. If you want the most frequent updates, I can't really recommend enough that you follow our Twitter, or X as it's now called. We are at Autonomys Net. You can also follow the foundation on at SubspaceFDN. Obviously, we have Discord and Telegram. Links are on our website. It's very chatty at the moment, so please do jump in. The forum, where we tend to have a bit more thoughtful discussion. YouTube, where hopefully you're watching us now. Oh, actually, we've got 59 viewers, Jeremy. That's interesting. And up and coming platforms, we do have Warpcast, we have a Reddit. I believe we've got a Blue Sky. They're fledgling communities, but we'd appreciate follows as we build those out. That's everything from community this fortnight. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jim. All right. Why don't we move into, well, I highlighted we launched phase one. It was a huge deal where we are now farming tokens live on the network. But of course, phase one implies that there's more than one phase. So second phase, the primary output or outcome of phase two is going to be domains being live. So along those lines, we've been hard at work, and I've got Ning going to give an update of what we're working on currently.
Yeah, since July last year, we had done a lot of optimization and work on domains, and a few my most notable change for the operator and dominator will be some change on the stakings. And once that we had moved the pool ownership of the signing keys, so now when our the actual staking page up, you can register operator or nominators without providing like connecting your signing key to the wallets and sign pool ownerships. And also we have improved the withdrawals. And so much shares you can only withdraw by like how many share you want to withdraw. Right now we also support withdraw by how many by balance, also by percentage of your stakes and such. And one other major improvement is about the domain sinks, which provide similar experience on the consent chain sync, that you can sync the whole chain within a few hours, but it's still under testing stage. So stay tuned. Yeah, that was pretty much the updates.
Great. A lot happening there. I know the biggest news with domains in the last week is that we did get Taurus up with the EVM domain up and running on Taurus last week. Though there's still quite a bit of infrastructure to be launched around that. That's going to include subgraphs, getting safe deployed, getting a bridge probably from Sepolia, getting an EVM focused block explorer, getting a faucet. So all of those I would expect to be seen over the next few days as we kind of kick off in discussions or the upgrades with all of our partners. So, all right, moving on. Mark, I know we've been having more activity on the Explorer than typical, and some of the scaling pains you've been hard at work addressing. You want to give an update?
Yeah, totally. We improved the server quite a lot, but still, I think the heaviest query we have on Astral is the homepage, fetching everything, counting all the address, all the extrinsic. So I'm working on implementing WebSockets that should help instead to requery the same heavy query, just getting updates on that on partial query, and as well as improving like cache. Like we don't need to requery the total extrinsic every time by all the user and recounting all the row. We can have like a script that cache the result and having ready whenever the page load. So I'm going to implement this in the next couple of days. As well, I'm very happy with Auto EVM domains. I will deploy the faucet very soon and make the change with the Discord bot and the web app. As well as Astral, we fix a bunch of small issue, for example, sorting and ranking, exiting times and all was broken for a while. So now it's working even as well in the pagination when you're on the detailed view for a block or an extrinsic or an event. The lists had you couldn't paginate it or change the sorting or any kind. So now that has been pushed to production this morning. So yeah, we keep on improving on Astral and making it more resilient for the. I mean, I'm imagining we'll have even just more and more visitors, so we definitely need to make it much more scalable.
Great. All right, Carlos, how are things coming along with AutoDrive and supporting infrastructure?
Yeah, so in regarding AutoDrive, like the application, the front end and the back end, the main changes have been like more tasks of refining what we had rather than putting more features there. I refined some stuff at the SDK level that was not working well. Like there was some errors with dependencies and that kind of stuff. Also, like there was some bad interactions with the API that has been solved. And then also another important piece of AutoDrive is the ability to retrieve files from the DSN. And that's what was been the main focus these weeks. We have been like planning how to do this in a scalable and optimal way. And that's what we have planned, and we started developing this piece along with Samuel.
Great. So that that back end piece is key. I know we've kind of developed a nice front end that people can see and interact with, but to kind of truly be able to support the um, infrastructure and being able to reach out to the DSN and reconstruct files on demand, there's still some back end work that needs to be done. Tior had been working on the object mappings kind of from the bottom up how I visualize it. And now Carlos and Shamil have begun working on the middle layers between what we see as AutoDrive, the API, and the UI, and the object mappings that are coming out of the DSN. So next week or in 2 weeks, we'll highlight more of that architecture. Probably have Shamil jump in and explain how we're approaching that. So, okay, finally, Saeed, how are autonomous agents coming along? I know you've been hard at work experimenting. So
Yeah, I managed to finish a POC based on confidential computing, based on TEE. So basically, I just ran the TEE on Azure because it was the simplest solution that you can tap in and have a TEE up and running. So I deployed a VM, fully confidential VM based on H100 NVIDIA and AMD CPUs. And I connected to our DSN and came up with a confidential rack. And I guess the demo will be released really soon. And people can see that you can, I will get the attestation from the TE that everyone can verify that everything is happening in a confidential mode inside the TE and etc. That was the major update. The second update was about updating your vector database in the DSN. So basically, if you change something in your vector base, you don't have to deploy your whole vector database to the DSN again. So I approached write ahead log from, for example, ChromaDB solution. So every time that you update your vector database, there will be a new log in your database. And we will just grab that and compress it and deploy it and upload it to the DSN. So if you wanted to make it encrypted or just upload the raw data, it depends on the user. It's basically there are a lot of flexibility and options they can go with. And also the script for pulling and downloading all of these deltas, these logs, and computes the original or the latest version of the vector database is ready too. So I'm looking forward to have the complete integration that actually it will be come up with some agents. It could be the this RAG agent or another agent that we want to work on, and people can see that actually it's going to be really efficient in terms of updating your vector database on chain.
That's pretty amazing work Saeed has been doing. Of course, it's all quite experimental as we are kind of on the edge, I think, of defining and experimenting around truly autonomous agents and what that means and what that looks like and how blockchain can help to support that. So I look forward to seeing much more progress there over the next coming weeks and months, and that we'll be sharing those not only in this forum, but we'll have a pretty regular stream of demos being released on YouTube regarding all of this as well. So, all right, we have made it through the agenda for today. Is there anything anybody else wanted to highlight before we sign off?
I'm happy that I see we had 9 like spectator on YouTube. Like, so yeah,
That's
beat
amazing.
the expectation for sure.
All right. Yeah, so that's great. We'll hopefully see that number growing. And if you are watching and you have questions or want clarification around anything we're discussing, feel free to drop that in the comments. But for today, it might be too late because I think we are ready to sign off. We'll see you all back in a couple of weeks. Thanks.